Hello, hello. I finally finished another sketchbook, and this one actually I've had for nearly a year. And that's one because it's quite a big sketchbook, or it had a lot of pages, but also I guess I wasn't as productive, which is okay. It's been a busy year. So, welcome to the sketchbook tour. I've had this sketchbook from July of last year. I actually bought it on vacation. I brought a few different sketchbooks with me on vacation, and I was very unhappy with my choices. They're all too small, the paper isn't great, so when we were in Aix-en-Provence, in the south of France, I bought this sketchbook, and it is, let me quickly show you what it is. It's a Goldline drawing paper sketchbook. It's quite big. It's not quite A4, or maybe it is. Yeah, I think it is A4 actually. Like decent paper quality. I've been using mixed media in here, so usually I start with a base of watercolor and then I layer pencil and sometimes crayons on top. It doesn't love it, but it holds up well enough. So you'll see here, this is the first drawing I did. I didn't do it on location, I'm sorry, urban sketchers, but I had my children with me, of course, on this holiday, so I didn't get to do a lot of on-location sketching, but that's fine. We did a lot of drawing as they were in the pool by the little house we rented, and I took a lot of photos. I usually do that anyway. I really love taking photos while we're traveling of the things that we're seeing that stand out to me, and sometimes actually it helps me find a more interesting view. I don't always feel like when I'm drawing on location I get a very interesting view. I just kind of look for a place where I can comfortably sit, because I guess I'm old now. So I drew this afterwards, I'm pretty sure. I also took some photos of some people. Really liked Aix-en-Provence for people watching, and then I drew the people that I saw. Sometimes I had to be kind of like sneaky to take these photos. I feel really awkward. I didn't tell them, of course, but like here I'd taken a photo of the whole market and this guy was just sitting there. And the others I was farther away, so like they didn't notice. So we were in the south of France. This is in Cotignac. We were staying near this little village. It's actually the second time we visited this town. The last time the kids were really little, so now they actually got to enjoy, or we got to also enjoy walking around a little bit and seeing a bit more of the environment, but it was also nice to not feel like we had to go sightseeing every single day, because I get real FOMO if we're in a new area. I want to see everything, and we'd already seen a lot, so that wasn't necessary. Anyway, really enjoy these. Like I'm really happy with these sketches. So here we went to some grottos, which is cool. The boys really like that. Some more Cotignac sketches, little details. Here as well, these are like little impressions. So here I remember taking like these two, like I took photos of these because I was like, oh, I really want to draw that, but I don't have time right now. Some more Cotignac sketches. Here also, like this is the original sketchbook that I brought, was kind of small. And I've just cut out, there's another one like even smaller. I cut out some of the comics that I did because I felt like the paper was really made for pen more than anything else. So I was really struggling, and I just stuck to little like comic strips. But so I've cut those out and I pasted them in. I don't like having multiple sketchbooks. I know some people who do. I really like to keep these also as they are kind of like, they're my sketchbook, but they're also a journal. Especially during vacations, I like to keep everything in one book. So you'll see that here. So this is a little sketch of the house. We were in the pool quite a bit, so you'll see like most of these are by the pool. It was really fun. Also, like this one, I thought I'd ruined it. I used gouache here, so it's quite thick. It's like acrylic gouache. It's this brand. I forgot what the name is. I've seen this everywhere. Has a lot of Japanese on it. I saw a bunch of people last year who used these. I have a bunch of colors. Really like it, but it is quite thick. I think I might take them on vacation again, just because I will have a little bit more time. So here's a few more of the other sketchbook. Now that I look back at them, they're actually like, it looks fine. But I just know that I wasn't enjoying drawing it, so drawing in these little sketchbooks. Here we're leaving, back home, getting ready to go back to school. It's so funny because like now we're almost going on holiday again. Here I took a work trip to Paris, and then I added an extra day to the trip and took a day off just to go and hang out in the Louvre. I really love it there. It's obviously massive. I think by now I have probably seen every room in that building, but you know, it's massive, so you don't always get to see everything. I love especially the ancient Greek and Italian sculptures. Of course, also hung out with some of my favorite paintings, but I think for drawing, I love taking the time to draw. So these are actually done on location, these little sketches. This one wasn't, but I drew this probably in my hotel room based on a photo I took. Paris is a beautiful town. It's always so nice to be there. Some life updates. The kids were sick most of the fall. Anyway, what else is new? And it was Abel's birthday. Very cute. So Jochen did this really impressive dragon cake that Jochen made. Very, very cool. You'll see me do a lot of these like little life updates in this book. I feel like when I'm not traveling lately, it's been harder to come up with things to draw. Not because nothing happens, but because visually, it always kind of looks the same, and that doesn't feel very challenging to me. But I guess I should find a way to incorporate more sketches again of daily life. This is a collaboration with my son, Abel, who loves drawing. So he's done all these cute little birds, and I've added some birds to it. We also spent some time sketching together when we were in Barcelona, where we went to my mom's vacation home, and it's beautiful. It's like in the woods, and I always love drawing there, so I took some time to do that. And Abel was actually sat next to me while I was doing some of these. I think probably this one, and he was also sketching and he was drawing birds, so that's very cute. I'm definitely considering, by the way, like these types of birds. He's drawn them before, also on our window. We do drawings on our windows every couple months, and I might get a tattoo of one of these birds. They're so cute. I've been thinking about it now for like at least a year, so I think I'm gonna do it soon. Stay tuned. Anyway, so here's some on-location sketches. Started these definitely on location, and I think I finished them up. I added mostly more contrast to them. I find that's something that I really struggle with, is adding enough contrast into my drawings. They're very bright colored often, which I like, but then I don't always do a good job adding contrast, or even like looking at the lights and the shadow. So you'll see me try and practice that in this book a few more times. Like this is one where, of course, it was very bright because it's like deep summer, but here I'm trying to also capture like how's the shade hitting the building without it looking completely weird. I don't know if I fully succeeded here. I think so, but like there's a little like sundial thing in the shade here, and I don't think you can really see it now, but that's okay. I do like how those turned out. Some wild sketching going on. I do like playing with materials. It is actually layered on quite thick. Enjoy this one as well. We went to a castle for a real life night fight. There's all these people who spend a lot of time making their own outfits that are historically correct, and then do like what is the big pointy stick thingies that they go on the horses and they like cross each other. I don't know what that's called. But it was very cool. And we went with my husband's family, and it was really fun, a really beautiful day, beautiful environment. Some Amsterdam sketches. I did these in the hotel that I was staying at for work, but I don't love them, but I kept them. Then I went to Barcelona. So lots of cool trips actually last year, or this year. This was in November. I went to Barcelona not for work, and this time one of my very, very close friends who lives all the way over in California in the US was over for work she was attending a conference in Barcelona, and I decided to fly over and come and visit her and see her there and spend some time together. I also have another colleague and friend who lives there now. This one I did on location. There's a Barcelona vlog up on YouTube and my blog as well, where you can see me do this. I asked her to film me, so awkward. Like how it turned out. I wish I had done some things differently. But again, here, same thing. Kind of difficult for me to capture the contrast here, but it's fine. It turned out okay. This is the view from my colleague's apartment. Actually, her view is more beautiful, like more pretty on the other side, but I thought this is so interesting, the way that all the buildings sort of seemed on, like stacked on top of each other like Tetris. I live in Holland. It's a very flat country. We don't really see this, and like the way that the light was hitting some of the buildings, but then others were completely in the shade of the other buildings. So I like how this turned out. Some more sketches. This from a photo I took. It's some delicious food. And then here's a little market we went to. We got lots of little souvenirs. I got back home, and it was Jacob's birthday. He turned 8. Further life update. And then I got super sick. Like, I got horribly sick with proper flu for at least 2 weeks. Completely out. Like, I didn't know what day it was. It was bad. And then it was Christmas. Still wasn't feeling great, but right after that we went to Megève, which is a very fancy skiing town in France. We didn't know it was going to be this fancy, but it was kind of hilarious. I took some photos on the way there, and I sketched them later. This was sort of a view from our apartment, and again, like, it was such a hilariously posh town. Like, there were all these women like somehow wearing both a lot of fur and like nothing at all at the same time, who were definitely not skiing, but just kind of there for the glitz and glam of the town. We didn't spend too much time in the town because it was very busy, and like there was a constant traffic jam, just with like Porsches lined to go to all the fancy restaurants. But we found that the area that we were staying in, actually the slopes were kind of quiet, which was good for me because I'm not a natural skier. I've taken lots of classes by now, but I'm not great. And I get very nervous when there's lots of people around, especially if they're like really fast. And in the past, I have definitely been like skied into a couple of times, and it just terrifies me. So my skiing gets awful because I'm like all cramped up. So it was actually nice. I was still feeling so weak and not great. So I took it quite easy, but it was all right. I still really enjoyed it. I think it was the first time that I enjoyed skiing, like really enjoyed it. Before this, I'm usually just sort of happy I survived every day, wondering why people do this for fun. But it was beautiful, and the boys really are getting kind of good. So that was exciting, or kind of good. They're at flocon level, which is like the second or the third level. They're in like the French skiing school, which they don't speak French, so they're both always kind of offended that we sent them there, but it's really good for learning how to ski, and they are. Then back home, hung out with some of the sketch crew, the gang, to do some sketching. It was indoors. And then here you can tell I got kind of bored with like drawing stuff, so I just drew some imaginary views and some pictures that I found on Instagram. This is of my town. Some life updates. On the bike with my kid, getting insulted. And here is a sketch or not a sketch. This is like a proper piece that I thought out for a really long time. So I shouldn't call it a sketch. It's not a sketch, like it's a proper work. But what I did then take a good photo of this, put it into Procreate, and added more contrast to this. So you'll see, I'll try and add it into the video if I can, otherwise I'll like put it right after I'm telling you this. But here again, there's more contrast in here, but I still felt like pieces of it were too light. So I took a photo of this one, put it in Procreate, like finalized the drawing, like layered more stuff on top of it. So it does look different, but I'm still happy with the analog version here too. Like, this is beautiful. I'm really happy. And sometimes I just need to show myself that I can actually draw. Like, I don't know. I think my comic-y style sometimes makes me feel like I'm not great at drawing. Anyway, I have some loose sketches. More journaling. Abel did this beautiful drawing. He does a lot of really nice. He's great. He also really enjoys drawing. And then I went to Milan for work. Didn't have too much time to draw, but again, I took some photos, and then when I was at, like, if I had any energy left after a day of talking to people and walking around, I would sketch then, and I also use them later. And we went back to my mom's house in the south of the country. It was more like the weather was nicer, so we spent some more time outside. It was really fun. It was Easter, so we had an Easter egg hunt in the garden. And this is a sketch. I promised myself I would grab it. This is a sketch for a piece that I did for a contest. I didn't win, but I did the sketch in my sketchbook, and then I did the coloring and the final inking all on my iPad in Procreate, and this is the final work. It's kind of big. I'll also try to add that in. If I figure that out, yay for me. But I'm very happy how it turned out, even though I didn't win. It's quite a personal piece. So I had it printed, so this is poster material, so it's quite thin. But I think I'll have this framed. I don't frame a lot of my own work, but I do really love this. I think this is a very beautiful piece. It turned out the way I wanted. So, yay for contests, even if you don't win. Good challenge, I think. Some more life updates. Outfits. I always feel like when it gets a bit warmer outside, I enjoy playing with my outfits a bit more. And this year has been no different. This sketch I did on location has pastels like on it. It's kind of, I hate the feel of it. Like, the sensory experience of working with pastels is kind of too much for me, and I also don't like how messy it gets in a sketchbook, but it's beautiful though. Like, it does the texture I really, really enjoy. Some more life drawings, some sketching. And this was quite recently. And that's it. Another sketchbook filled. I have a new one ready, which is good timing because we're about to leave on our summer holiday in a few weeks from now. And I'll have a fresh one to get started on. I don't love, like, this is very economical. Like, it's very practical to have a big one. Like, you don't have to keep buying new ones, but I kind of like finishing things sometimes. So I should probably buy smaller sketchbooks so that I'm done sooner with them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this very elaborate tour. I also hope I managed to film it all. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll try and answer them. Thank you. Bye bye.